Even though there's a proliferation of sport ute and crossovers out there, the biggest market segment in Canada is still the compact sedan. The top seller for the last 18 years has been the Honda Civic, but nipping on its heels for the last 5 years has been the Hyundai Elantra. Brand new, a 2017 model. But my good buddy here, Nick Tragianis, is going to say something nice about the Honda Civic.
There's a reason why for the last 18 years Canadians have absolutely loved the Civic. And won't you know, for 2016 the Civic was also redesigned.
I'll grant you that. For better or worse, you could call this SI Light. Dynamically, this is a very nice handling sedan. Not quite performance, but sporty fun.
Well, that's just your inner old geezer talking, trying to sell me on your fancy Elantra.
I don't have to sell you. This is going to be a generational battle.
All right, well, I think there's only one way we can settle this. I almost got into a fight with Paul Choi during the last one, so maybe we can avoid the fisticuffs with this one. Let's go for a ride.
Sure. So what do we have here? 2017 Hyundai Elantra Limited. One of the things I did like over the Civic is the interior setup, especially the dash. It's a simple traditional dash. It's easy to read. The digital dash in the Civic, it can polarize.
I think it shows that Hyundai definitely played it safe with the interior. You know, it works, but it doesn't pack a punch. It feels like there's a bit too much hard plastic here.
It's not an upscale car. It is priced at a premium for the segment, but nobody's going to think this is a luxury car.
Credit where it's due for Hyundai. This thing rides like a much bigger car. It feels more substantial than it actually is. Did you get a chance to sit in the back seat?
Yeah, being of normal height, 6'2".
I don't think that's normal.
I find that headroom is very good. Legroom, no, I'm cramped. I can't sit behind myself. Somebody with your short, stubby legs, you should have no problem. The Civic, there is a little more legroom. Okay, why don't we hop out of this car and into the Civic?
Let's do it.
All right, Nick, dazzle me with your brilliance.
I'm not sure that'll be any dazzling, but I'll try.
All right, so what do we have here?
What we have here is the 2016 Honda Civic. This digital dashboard is a lot less polarizing than the previous Civic's digital dashboard.
Yes, you're right.
I could not stand that two-tier layout.
This is the greatest thing that Honda has ever built.
Lane Watch it's great, it's fantastic.
It absolutely is. It's a great backup.
I just don't get why Honda can't do volume controls right. You have one slider on the central screen and you have another slider on the steering wheel.
No, there's nothing like a nice round knob that...
What's wrong with a knob, Honda? Come on.
This thing I found very interesting. Given the sporty nature of the Civic, there are no paddle shifters. Neither is there a manual mode for the automatic transmission.
There is a sport mode, but you can't shift it. I think that's a little bit strange. Did it take you a while to get used to the styling of this thing?
No, not so much. This is a much better look for the Civic than the previous generation.
It isn't as comfortable as the Elantra.
A little more wind noise, a little more road noise. Neither car is a luxury sedan.
Well, it's time to wrap it up.
That's an end to another fine comparison. Look, I've been driving sportier cars before you were even thought of. And if I was buying for myself, I would take the Civic. I love the driving dynamics of this car. But if I was shopping a compact sedan for the family, something that my wife would drive, my daughter would drive, this is a less polarizing car. It's just friendlier to drive than the Civic.
You're forgetting that the Civic can be just as friendly. It can be just as good of a family cruiser as the Elantra.
It's just, you get into it, it's friendly, it's traditional. This is what I would buy as a family vehicle. So I'm right, you're wrong, deal. For Driving.ca, I'm Brian Harper.
Not so fast, just watch. The Civic is going to have yet another year as Canada's best-selling car under its belt. You'll see. And for Driving.ca, I'm Nick Tragianis.